Okay, hello chess players. We're going to go ahead and play some 1 minute games, and I'll try to talk while I'm playing and try to explain what's going on as best I can while I play. And I usually go over the games afterwards just to give you an idea, and I also try to learn from my own mistakes because I still make quite a few of them. This is a Sicilian invitation. Usually these positions turn into a closed Sicilian, but they can also turn into, independent English setup. So that's what we're going into right now. I'm gonna be greedy. I'm gonna take the pawn. Maybe I shouldn't, but it is a pawn, so why not? And oh, yep, he's gonna keep me from castling. Okay, let's be really greedy. I probably should not be playing chess this way. This is very dangerous. My king is still in the middle of the board, and he's got kind of a frightening looking position. We're gonna start covering the dark squares, but that's gonna leave my light squares very, very weak. Um, okay, so in short, though, if I can cover everything, then I'm up material. That's a big if, though. Okay, so still trying to cover everything. We don't wanna. He's coming here. Okay, so we gotta go here. Try if I trade queens, I'm good to go, of course. Okay, b6. This is gonna be very awkward because this knight is hanging. So, yep, he took it that way, but at least I'm getting stuff off the board, and I'm developing my last couple sets of pieces here. So I'm still up some material. This will be a fun game to look at afterwards because, I mean, it's even possible that I was completely lost at some point. Queen b2, we simplify at the expense of that pawn. That's okay. Um, we've been just trying to clear everything. Bishop e6, everything's cleared up. And this should just be advantage black now. And he let it fall apart right away because now I'm winning material. So he's doing it that way. Which one do I take? Let's bring our king into the game. Now this should be a relatively simple conversion. I'm up a whole rook. We don't want him infiltrating on the seconds. We'll take that free bishop and he'll resign. Yep. Okay, so let's see if he was winning at some point because I really feel like I got way too greedy in the opening with taking that. Because I actually play the reverse of this sacrifice with black that white just played. And it's actually supposed to be an acceptable sacrifice, sort of one tempo down. Uh, so black is supposed to be able to do it. So knight c3 really should be fine. And yeah, we got a bunch of games here. We got Kramnik, we got all kinds of people. How many top guys actually took the piece? Well, we got some top games here, and the computer doesn't hate it. Now, this is highly, highly questionable, but the computer doesn't totally hate it, which kind of amazes me. I would think, well, white clearly has compensation for the pawn, but the computer doesn't say I'm lost, which, like I said, I play this same sacrifice with black, the reverse of this. So black has one less tempo, and the sacrifice is still supposed to yield quite a bit of compensation. So we have bishop h6. Sure enough, the computer wants me to take. I wonder how sound I was with all this stuff. Rook g8 is not as accurate as f6. f6 is a good general rule in positions like this, basically just to cover the dark squares. And of course I do that on the very next move because I don't have much of a choice. And now the computer wants g5 where I trap this bishop. That's very, so the computer wanted to be even more greedy. I started trying to clear things, and the computer still thinks I'm better, but yeah, my advantage is almost non-existent now. b6 was okay, but white's getting back into it. Okay, so far I'm not lost. That's pretty amazing. I was actually either equal or better this entire time. And then, of course, once he hung the piece, then it was over. Okay, so I played a much better game than I thought, and I had a bunch of opportunities maybe a little bit earlier, especially with this g5 idea. just being super greedy, going after that piece. The computer wanted g5, f4, queen d4 check, trading queens. Okay. Wow, that would have simplified immediately. Takes, takes. Yeah, so you don't have f4 here. So if g5, how does white continue other than f4? I don't know the answer to that question. What if a4? Then just rook g6 and we just pick it up. And I'm just shocked that the computer isn't saying that, white can get super aggressive, but I guess white's out of stuff. Yeah, white just runs out of pieces. Okay, and then black's winning. Okay, good to know. Well, that was kind of an interesting 1 minute game. It turns out you can take the pawn and you can even take the rook if you want to, and everything's fine. I went for it, and it turned out everything was fine. So, learned something new by, you know, seeing if I could get away with something, basically. And that's an old Fischer rule as well. Like, if you think you can take a piece and you don't see any reason why you can't, go ahead and take it, because one of two things is going to happen. You're either going to learn why you can't take it, in which case that's a positive result, or you're going to find out you can, in which case you win, and that's a positive result. So always play the move that you think is best, or always play the move that you don't see anything wrong with, just in case you're right, because then you have two positive results. If you hold back from making what you think is the best move in chess, then you could have the worst case scenario where you both lose the game and learn absolutely nothing, which is terrible. Well, anyways, I hope you found this game interesting. I hope you learned something new about chess, and I hope you can use some of these ideas in your own games. Thank you very much.